All right, so I showed off the Protect Ciabatta a couple days ago, and somebody mentioned in the comment section that they'd love to see exactly what is doing the locking in the closed and open position, depending on the pivot orientation, whether it's up or down. So let's go ahead and crack it open and see if we can't dispel the mystery behind the mystery knife. One thing to take note of, a lot of older Protect knives do not actually have Torx head hardware. It's all hex head. So make sure you're grabbing the right bit when you are working on your Protect knives. Now, I have not opened this up yet. So you guys are going to see what's going on in here at the same time as I do. I have a pretty good idea what's going on in here, just from the general way that most mystery knives work. But I know Blackie changed things up a little bit on this design. Let's see if I can get this last screw out of here. The normal mystery knives don't have any sort of a safety mechanism, so I know we've got some extra stuff going on there. All right. So, okay, doesn't look like anything is going to jump out at me. Bring this around to where I can show you what's going on. There you have it. What you've got is this pin here that slides back and forth depending on the pivot orientation, whether you have it pointed up or down. When the pivot is pointed down and the blade is closed, it's going to slide up and engage with that notch in the blade right there. And then it's going to be held there by the spring pressure of the blade trying to open until you orient the blade with the pivot up, give it a squeeze, which will allow the pin to drop down, and then when you release, it's going to allow the blade to swing open. Right here you can see that's actually our detent ball for the safety slider right here. That's what lets it click into each position. And when that's slid into the upper position, that just blocks this pin from being able to drop down. With traditional mystery knives, this pin is actually a little ball bearing that's captured between the two liners, but it works in the exact same mechanism with a little hook on the base of the blade that on the older ones, it actually looks kind of like a little bottle opener at the base of the blade. And same thing, when you orient it with the pivot down, give the blade a squeeze, that ball bearing can drop forward into the hook and lock it closed. Flip it over, give it a squeeze, and the blade pops partially open. So, yeah. Blackie updated it with a coil spring drive to really snap the blade out with some authority, then a button lock to lock it up nice and solid, and a safety mechanism. Really, really cool. I won't make you guys watch me fumble this thing back together, but there you go. Now we know what's going on inside the Protect Ciabatta.